Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everyone, everywhere, depending on where and when you are watching. There's a proverb that says, March comes in like a lion, but it goes out like a lamb. Well, March is also the start of Women's History Month, and today's women are coming in like a lion. They are staying like a lion because they are surely not going out like a lamb. Madam C.J. Walker, born in 1867 to former slaves turned sharecroppers, the first Black millionaire. Rebecca Lee Crumpley shattered the glass ceiling in more ways than one as the first African woman to earn an MD degree and practice as a physician in the United States. Mary Edwards Walker was the first female surgeon in the U.S. Army. In 1966, Constance Baker Motley broke another glass ceiling by becoming the first African-American federal judge after her nomination to the seat on the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York by President Lyndon B. Johnson. I'm coming down to your neck of the woods now, Reverend Pam, because Barbara Jordan in 1972 was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives as the first woman elected to represent Texas in the House. And then we have Danielle Outlaw, the first African-American woman to be a commissioner for the Philadelphia Police Department. And finally, Kamala Harris, the first African-American, first Asian, first woman, vice president of the United States. And no longer is Madam Vice President a fictional saying. Today's topic, breaking glass ceilings. I am your co-host, Ambassador Lisa Parks, and welcome to Africaonline TV. If you're tuning in to Facebook and you want to join the conversation, join us on Zoom, ID number 514-199-854. That's Zoom number 514-199-854. And now for today's editorial with my co-host, Nia-san.
Greetings, Ambassador Lisa, greetings to all of us, and greetings to our audience out there. Welcome to Africa Online Media Corporation. Welcome to March. Welcome to the third month of the year. March is the second of 7 months to have a length of 31 days. But March is many things to all of us. A month when we spring forward by moving our clocks 1 hour ahead. That will happen next Saturday, breaking Sunday, the 13th. Yes, March is a month when we celebrate the return of spring. It is, in fact, a month when we overdo or underdo things. But above all, March is a month when we consciously or unconsciously learn more about the proverbial opposite gender. Well, to make sure that I speak like everybody speaks these days, not opposite sex, I said opposite gender. That is, March is the month of the woman, Women's Month. Yes, it's Women's History Month. Women's History Month, a time when we read about, learn about, and celebrate the women folk. But why would we devote a whole month to the women? You may be wondering and scratching your head. Well, the answer is not blowing in the wind. No, the answer is simple. The story of women, some tell us, quote, is largely one of exclusion, silence, absence, and bias, end of quote. Thus, inviting all of us, quote, to redress the balance, end of quote, by celebrating the achievements of women as sung or unsung heroes of our day and age. But it's a story, but that is a story and a celebration for another day. So let us visit the history books for what is particular about today, March 6th. When did you last visit your dentist? If you are shaking your head because you are scared, then pick up the phone. Forget your fear, and today is National Dentist Month. Call your dentist and have that or those teeth checked out. Also today, November 6th, is March 6th is Namesake Day. Namesake Day? Yes. Are you ready to find out who or what you were named after on this Namesake Day? Are you ready to know what the meaning is of that name you bear? Whatever it is, every name certainly has a meaning. What does that name mean to you? What does it mean in your community? What does it mean in your society? Those are only 2 of 6 national days to worry about today. The others are not less important anyway, just that our binder is virtually full. That notwithstanding, what is March known for? March brings with it the promise of gardening and warmer sunny days. As earth turns and as winter gradually ceds its place to spring, we begin thinking of renewal and beauty, of the changing time. We begin thinking of holidays and events and seasonal recipes. We begin thinking of gardening and much more. On this day, if we go to the history books in 1957, the British African colonies of Gold Coast and Togoland became the independent state of Ghana. Happy Independence Day, Ghana. We cannot go without saying that. Ghana. It's been 65 years since the Union Jack was lowered as the red, green, and yellow flag with a black 5-pointed star, referred to as the lodestar of African freedom, fluttered up into a cool West African day, West African sky. It was the beginning of the rainy season, just time for blessings to pour down and bless what used to be called the Gold Coast, now Ghana, to be the nation, the first on the continent to gain full independence from the colonial masters. As the first country in Africa to become independent remembers and celebrates its Independence Day, Africaonline Media Corporation turns to its latest topic of discussion, breaking glass ceilings. We have become familiar with the assertion that female employees are paid less than their male counterparts doing the same jobs in the same organization. In this age of equity, when everybody is claiming equality, we have also come to hear phrases like, what men do, women can equally do, if not even better. And what of another catchy phrase that used to be, behind every successful man is a woman, and now goes like this, besides every successful man stands a woman. So it's no longer behind, but besides. What did the musicians say in the lyrics of that other song? The times, they are changing. Well, yes, the times have been changing or have already changed dramatically, one can say. As the month of March, which is devoted to celebrating women, begins, Africaonline Media Corporation, in fulfillment of its mission as a champion in raising awareness about issues here and there, believes very strongly that the changing roles of women and what they have contributed and are contributing to the changes to our global community needs more than a shout out. The women deserve a hold on the brakes, or all of us actually deserve a hold on the brakes, heaving a sigh of relief and telling ourselves that indeed the times are changing, the times have changed, and the role of the woman has moved from the kitchen table to the boardroom, from the dinner table to the conference table. That needs both talking about and celebrating. That is why Africaonline Media Corporation invites you to join our discussion in the next 90 minutes or so to give women a pat in the back for not kowtowing to the men by staying quiet, shying away and remaining in the back of the bed, or staying quiet and unengaged while their equally and sometimes less qualified male colleagues take all the credit, stand up and out, and receive all the compensation, all the praises, and all the accolades. So what is this talk about breaking glass ceilings? What is it all about? What is this glass ceiling anyway? How did the concept, if that is what it amounts to, come about? We invite you to join the conversation, be a part of the discussion. Let us give a collective voice to celebrating our women folk, to encouraging them, to standing up and to standing out, so that together with our women folk, we can do everything we have to encourage them, to motivate them, to help them to shatter the glass ceiling. To get started, I will now turn over to the chair of Africaonline Media Corporation, Reverend Pam. Hello, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Nia Song. You managed to go through that editorial without a slip of a tongue. You know, it's not easy, you know, talking about women and not making a mistake, because we are,
I know,
we are high end, and, you know, we are very demanding. So you survive.
Very high maintenance.
High maintenance, high end. Thank you so much, Nia Song. I see a lot of my beautiful sisters on here. On behalf of Africaonline Media Corporation, I want to welcome every one of you. Our guest today, Sister Carol, will receive an appropriate introduction from Ambassador Lisa, you know, because I don't want to miss any protocols. But on this day, since it's our first show in the month, Women's History Month, I want to do a shout out to Ambassador Lisa, my beautiful sister, the best producer ever, for your faithfulness. You are so awesome. And talking about Ghana, you know, I want to do a shout out to my friend and sister, Professor Nana Ajiman. I think her other name is Opoko. I don't want to mispronounce it, but those of you who followed the last election, she was the first woman ever to run on a major ticket as a vice presidential candidate. And we are going to decree that the next election, she will be the first female vice president of Ghana. So I want to do a shout out to Professor Nana. And of course, you know, our sisters, there's so many women out there. I'm not going to be naming names. I mentioned her because today's Ghana's 65th Independence Day. And those of you who know African history, the Black Star was actually from our brother, Marcus Garvey. That Black Star, that's where it came from. He was very influential to Nkrumah and most of the our forefathers that fought for independence. But also, since you mentioned our sister Kamala, you'll recall that during the second annual Summit and Charity Ball of Africa's Brain Bank, she was one of 3 recipients of special awards, but she's the first ever recipient of the History Maker Award.
Oh.
You know, yes, so that award will be presented this year because last year's event was virtual. So I am really, really excited about our sisters. We are Black, we are beautiful, we are awesome. And I'm so happy that the sisters on here, we all have our own hair. We're not doing chemicals. And I stopped, Sister Shikina is cracking up. I stopped messing with my hair when Chris Rock did that movie, Good Hair. He delivered me and a lot of other women. No chemical has touched my hair since then. I have thick, long, natural hair, and my hair is braided. And I want to say these braids are from Cameroon, from the motherland. So I am so proud to see my sisters with their natural beauty. I will hand over at this point to Ambassador Lisa to appropriately welcome our special guest today. Over to you, Madam Ambassador.
Thank you, Reverend Pam. You know, there are so many women doing extraordinary things, accomplishing extraordinary tasks, things that we think are just ordinary, run-of-the-mill, is just what we do. As you can see from my background, it says, they whispered to her, beware of the storm, and she whispered back, I am the storm. Hallelujah.
That's right. That's right. I love that.
Let me tell you, one such woman is my friend. She's my big sister and my former co-worker. She has been and still is a quiet storm until she has to represent an employee against management or stand up for an employee during union negotiations or on the pension board. And now she is the first woman and the first African-American to be elected to the Philadelphia Pension Board as the vice chair. My friend, my sister, my big sister, and sometimes mom,
Awesome.
Bailey. excuse me, Carol Stukes Baylor. How can I mess up her name? She'll get that.
You're
Well,
just excited.
well, yes, I am excited because it was because of her and her winning this election that gave me the idea for this show. And I thought it was appropriate that she be our first guest for
Awesome.
Women's Month. Carol, I know she's traveling, and often we have our guests traveling. Sometimes they're in the car, sometimes they're co-hosting from the car. It is not a problem. We're just glad that you are here, and thank you. So tell us something about yourself. Tell us a lot about yourself and what you do. Questions will come from the gallery later, but I'm just so excited to have you on the show today.
Well, thank you, Lisa, so very much, and thank you for those warm words. You know, I tell everybody, I carry a big stick when I'm representing my people. Otherwise, I'm sitting back watching what's going on. I want to thank the first speaker who talked about this is dental month, because yes, I called my dentist and I'll be seeing him on Tuesday. Okay, so thank you. But my name is Carol Stukes Baylor. I was elected as a trustee to the pension board in 1994. And I've been on the board representing the members and managers to invest their money since then. And then in January of 2022, I was elected the vice chair of the pension board. And like Lisa said, that made me the first woman of color, and the first person of color to hold that position. So I did 3 firsts in one time. But as you know, with me, I owe everything. We say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a woman, and to keep us there, and to keep us empowered and uplifting. And I give it to my village all over, my family village, my work village, my church village, and most of all, my God, because without him, with all my blessings come, none of this could be possible. So I am so happy and so humbled to hold this position and to continue to represent my people in the best manner, to help them invest their money. So that's what a pension trustee does. We manage the pension money. So when Lisa or us or we retire, we help to keep the money invested in the best possible asset classes to keep it going and make sure it's done prudently and fiduciarily.
Awesome.
Not only does Carol represent us on the pension board, and which she is a retiree herself. She retired, I don't remember, it's maybe been 10 years, 15 years now.
11 years.
11 years, and she's still working for the pension board, still working to make sure that our money is safe, that I can sit home.
She did not retire, she's retired.
Huh?
She's retired, she did not retire.
She retired from actually working for the city, but still working for the pension board. As a matter of fact, when I go back up to the office, my desk is still there, her desk is still there, and we still have on our desk, and we have been retired from our office. I still go to the office at least once a week too. Being the first woman and the first woman of color to represent, I don't even know what the pension board's budget or finances is, but I do know that it is a lot of money because you represent the city of Philadelphia. How does that translate into your everyday responsibilities for the members of the pension board? I know that you travel around. I started off to say that she also is the person, if you all know anything, for those of you who are from Philadelphia may not know, but we have a drop program, and she is the one who brought the drop program to Philadelphia, even though they keep trying to take it away, but because those in power don't understand the purpose of it. But she was the one who brought the drop program to Philadelphia so that most of us could retire with 6 and 7 figures.
So what I try to do, even before I got this title, because with me, I know titles mean a lot to everybody, but if I'm not helping somebody along the way, if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, as I get there, the title means nothing. So I want to make sure that my people are empowered financially, economically. I want to make sure they understand what their pension is for. I want to make sure they understand how to invest it and how to leave it. So I want to be, what I do and what I have done before I got it is make sure that the people are educated, because that's so important that we be educated and know what to do with our money once we do it. The DROP program was, a program to help people get financially able to feel that they can retire from work comfortably and not be afraid that they won't have enough money to live off. And yes, Lisa's right. Some of the other people didn't like us having it, and they tried to take it away. But we fought it back tooth and nail, and right now it's still going on. So my main thing on the board is make sure the members are represented, make sure the money is invested properly, make sure the members know what they can do. And being on the pension board, people think about investing your money, but it's also about your benefits and your beneficiary and who you should leave the money to. And a lot of us don't understand that either. So some of us start work with, like me, I started work when I was 18. And people don't never change their beneficiary, but your life is not what it was 18 when you turn 62. So that's the part about you have to educate people to constantly change and update their benefit, make sure their spouse or their children is there if that's what they want to do. But you have to make sure that they know that the law supersedes anything on that paper. So whatever's on that paper, the law supports that what you said. So as Lisa said, I do this on the pension board, and I did this as a union rep. So my union activities led me to the pension board. So that's how I got on the pension board, because somebody thought that I needed to sit on the pension board because I represented the members in their everyday working condition, as Lisa will attest to that. But I just want to say this one thing. I want to give this to Lisa, because at one time it was a struggle for me. And Lisa and my other co-workers all surrounded me in prayer for a whole year. When I tell y'all, ladies and gentlemen, that they lifted me up, and that's why I say it takes a village. And they saw that the devil was attacking, and nobody let that devil in. And we wind up being a mixture of all religions and all backgrounds. But by December, we started in January, and by December of that year, we was all praying for each other, family, their loved ones, and everything. And I just want to say, that was a milestone, and that was a turning point for me spiritually and mentally. And so that I thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. So we're not going to talk a lot about the pension board, even though that's what you do, but we want to talk about women and breaking glass ceilings. And Carol has always been breaking glass ceilings for the everyday, ordinary woman. And that's one of the reasons I'm so proud of her and wanted her to share today as we're talking about breaking glass ceilings. And as she said, it takes a village. We don't get there. None of us make it by ourselves. It takes a village. And the sister this morning preached, Prophetess Ruth preached this morning about it taking a village to raise a child. She said, just make sure it's not a village of idiots. And we love that. You don't hear that part. Make sure you.
That's true. You got
with a village of idiots. That's right. Because we need smart women. We need powerful women. And as Carol said, she's empowering us. She's not the one to run around and do it for us, even though we would like her to, but she will hold you by the hand and bring you along. And that's what we as women must do. There's so much what they used to say, crabology. No other woman wants to see another woman get ahead of each other. But I've never been surrounded by women like that. Thank God, because I don't know if I would know how to, function in an atmosphere like that. But I've always been around women who constantly pushed me, constantly pushed each other. We encourage each other. We watch out for each other. If we saw a sale, let me tell you, you wasn't the only one who will find that pair of shoes, even though I don't like nobody else wearing my stuff. But
awesome.
I ain't gonna be the only one finding it, because I'm gonna come back and tell you about the sale. If it's free stuff out town, I'm gonna be coming back. So, I'm gonna tell you so you can go get a part of it too. So we always have to be mindful to encourage and push each other up. We're not gonna be those women, and we're breaking that ceiling as well. That holding each other down and holding each other back and want nobody else. Look, if it's for you, what God has for you is for you.
That's
for
right.
you. It's for you.
It's for you. And can't nobody take it. Can't nobody steal it. When it's your time, it's your turn.
It's your time.
Can't nobody stop you from getting that. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to the gallery and let them ask some questions. We are talking about breaking glass ceilings. What does it take to break a glass ceiling? What is a glass ceiling? Let's talk about that. What is a glass ceiling? And we're going to have some comments from our brothers. Today, we outnumber the brothers today. I'll be always trying to get some out. But we're so glad that Ronald has joined us as a permanent member of Africaonline, but we still need some brothers as well, because we want to have a balanced conversation. So are there any questions or comments from the gallery?
Please kindly unmute yourself. For those who are joining us the first time, the system automatically mutes you. So please unmute yourself. the show is unscripted, you know?
Yes, it is unscripted.
So, and
There's
it's
no
your show.
questions.
So,
There's no question. We didn't pre-rehearse anything. There's no, we just want to talk. And we want to talk about women making history and breaking glass ceilings. Shakina?
Well, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you. I'm grateful to Prophetess Lisa for inviting me, you know, for your special talk today about women and just, you know, women just, you know, doing what we need to do to survive in today's world. It's funny because every week I'm a mental health therapist.
Okay.
I have my own private practice. I'm also a poet, an actress, and I have a youth theater program.
Awesome.
But every week I do a mental health check-in. I do a mental health talk. And because it was the month of March celebrating women, I was going to actually do, when I was done with you guys, do my video about how women need to have self-care. You know, one thing about, I would say, breaking glass ceilings is that women, we are natural givers, caretakers, and a lot of times we can neglect ourselves while pleasing everybody else.
That's right.
And a long time ago, the Lord told me that your greatest gift can be your downfall. You know, you're a natural person that wants to give and help others. If you don't do it in balance, you'll burn out.
That's right.
And you won't be able to feel the destiny that the Lord has for you, because sometimes you don't have the balance to maintain who to give and who not to give to. Because everybody want to appreciate your gift. Everybody want to appreciate your pearls, and we can give pearls to swans. You know,
Right.
You know, so
Preach on, sister.
so I was learning, you know, as I was getting ready to do my talk, you know, just to encourage us and encourage self-care is very important. You know, a lot of time women don't take the mental health break we need, or we don't take the self-care we need. And a lot of times we wait for our birthdays, or we wait for a big holiday, or we can wait for somebody else to appreciate us. But every day I had made it my business, as I'm starting getting in my 40s, I'm 46. And I know I look very young. I get that a lot.
You could pass for somebody in their 20s.
Yeah.
Praise God.
I've been learning to take self-care daily. If it's working out, if it's praying, if it's just worshiping, if it's stretching, if it's taking my dog for a walk, listening to music, telling my husband to go upstairs while I binge off of Netflix, whatever it takes to get Shakina and have her time is a daily self-care. And that's what I want to encourage women during this month. Take care daily. You deserve it. You a caregiver. You give, you nurturing. You know, if you marry, you giving love, you giving sex, you giving money, you giving time, you giving to your kids, you giving to your friends. But daily, you have to take that time to give back to you, for you can continue to give back to others without being burned out and feeling unappreciative. Yeah.
Awesome. Let me just thank Sister Shakina. And I think Ambassador Lisa, I just checked. I think she's the one you have coming on the 20th.
Yes.
Sister Shakina, just so you know, the 20th, March 20th is our 6-year anniversary of this show. So since you're a poet, you know, I'm just putting you on the spot right now to incorporate that, whatever you're going to be saying. You know, it's going to be exactly 6 years we've been, and we have never missed a show. We have never canceled a show. We have never missed a show. And lives have been transformed. So I just want to appreciate what you're saying to our sisters, because I was one of those people that just kept giving and giving and giving. And then the pandemic came. One of the good things the pandemic did for me was gave me an opportunity to put myself on my own agenda.
Yes.
So even though the pandemic was a bad thing, that was one thing it did for me. I was able to put myself on my agenda. So I am very happy that I am finally on my own agenda. Yes. So I just wanted to appreciate what you're saying. You know, I really wanted to appreciate that. But let's hear from the others. As we see Toby, Harvey, and I hope that's not Steve Harvey hiding, you know.
No, she's not Steve Harvey hiding. Toby, if you would turn on your camera. But while we're waiting for Toby, I want to know if Ronald or Nia Song would like to have a comment.
Hi, Toby.
Well, Nia Song, if our guests are not yet speaking, I will speak at this point, because I have rather something challenging to the ladies present, to the women here, because I happen to be only one of 2 men on the screen this afternoon so far. So to Shakina and to Carol, please allow me to call you simply like that. I understand that the woman's greatest enemy is the woman. So what will you do as a woman to encourage that other lady beside you who is so shy to stand up and try to even reach that ceiling we're talking about? So what should the woman do to encourage the other woman to be herself, to fit into society, and not to shy away from anything whatsoever? Over to you.
Well, I would say working in the mental health field, working with a lot of young teens, like female teens, what I have noticed is that a lot of women is still dealing with past traumas. And that trauma can be a barrier or a hindrance for them to receiving, for them to getting to where they need to be in life, for them to reaching that ceiling and breaking it. It can be fear of failure. It can be fear of succeeding. It can be having father issues, mother issues, just, things that might have happened to them in the past that they never got a chance to heal from, and have that outlet or that safe space to really reveal those things and say, this is what I'm really dealing with. I want to take off this mask. I just want to take off this makeup, or take off the weave, take off the fake nails, take off the high heels. And I just want to be me and expose these things so I can truly be healed and not be afraid to be vulnerable when it comes to being around other women or men. So when I talk to women, when I do therapy, and I want to deal with that little girl that was told to sit down and shut up, or you wasn't worth it, or what you have to give is not, people don't want to listen to that, or you're not smart enough, or you're not pretty enough, or skinny enough, or whatever those preconceived notions they have heard over the years as growing up. And even though they've grown, it's still that little girl crying out saying, I need to be healed in order for me to reach that glass ceiling and break it, because I got to deal with these traumas. So that's my take on that.
Thank you, Carol.
And for me, is listening and educating and support. So for me, and to lead by example. So people have to see that you can do it too, to know that they can do it. And also what I tell women, I tell anybody though, you have to know where you come from in order to know where you're going. And if you don't remember your past, if you don't remember the women that carried us to get us where we at, if you don't remember the Harriet Tubmans, the Oprahs, the Michelle, the Maya Angelos, all those people who helped us get there, we can't forget our history to know where we need to go at. But like, I talk to them, not at them. And I try listening to them and offering suggestions. And I tell them, like Lisa said, you have to share your experience. You can't keep it a secret. We had this problem that, I can't tell you because you may steal it from me. Well, if they steal it from you, it was never meant for you. Exactly. It was meant for them. So you have to share that with them and let them know, listen, you're a God's child and he got you. So you have to step out on faith. So this, I'll give you one example. It was a young lady, Lisa said, the drop program. But she didn't know if she wanted to go in the drop because she had all these ifs, these maybes, this. And I had a conversation with her. And the one thing I said to her was this: where is your faith? You are a Christian woman. Where is your faith? Because if you step out there, God won't get you. And we just had this conversation, and that's been over 10 years. And she still thanked me today for that conversation. So that's what I love what we do have to talk the other stuff, but you have to talk to people and not talk at people. You can't talk down to people. I don't care how many degrees you have. I don't care how many initials you have after your name. If the person can't feel a connection, then they don't understand what you need them to do, and they will back down.
And let me just quickly add there, you raised something which concerns me as a former journalist. We're still practicing anyway, but as a journalist, when you say talk down at people, we should also learn that in this age of the social media, when you text somebody in all caps, you are talking down to that person.
Exactly.
You're yelling, it also means writing. So people, please, if you are texting a friend, text in lowercase, so that the person will know that, yes, you are respectful, you are not shouting down at them. So please, that's what I wanted to add.
Unless you intend to be shouting at them.
No, to be honest, go ahead, Sister Carol.
Carol.
So let me say that. Thank you for that, because I'm a person that likes to type in cats because it's easier. So I didn't know that. So I just was typing my response in cats. And somebody said, "So why are you shouting?" I'm like, "I'm not shouting." I said, they said, "Well, all cats." I said, "Oh my God, yes." And now I'm very mindful.
But you know,
Yes.
what he's saying is so true. You know, we all know that our people perish for lack of knowledge. Some people don't know that is rude and disrespectful. Others do. I personally don't read texts that come in all caps or emails. I don't. I'm serious.
Okay.
I do not, you know, because I find it, you know, distasteful. That's just me. But
Okay.
I wanted to just say something before Sister Toby weighs in, or Miracle or Samsung Galaxy J3. You know, and Sister Deborah, it's great to see you. You've been on authorized vacation. So welcome back.
Thank you.
You know, this month of March, I was asking me, so I wish they just made it in May, where we celebrate Mother's Day, but I'm wearing pink to honor the women. I'll be wearing pink all month just to honor our brothers and sisters. But I just want to encourage our sisters out there, all women, but in particular, women of African descent, because we have not had it easy. We have not. You know, when we did a show on preventive health, we're talking about the foods that we eat. We know that those who went ahead of us used to eat things like chitlings, because they were parts that were thrown away. I remember when I first came to this country, a lot of people were not eating oxtail. Oxtail was very cheap, until the other people tasted what we Africans and Jamaicans could do to it. And now the price of oxtail is ridiculous. It's like $11 a pound. So I'm just telling you that, you know, so the point I'm trying to make is that we women of African descent, we are very strong. We can feed an entire family under $5. We make things happen. We keep going, stronger than Duracell battery. So unfortunately, some of our children, the younger generation, they've had things easier, which is good, but I still feel like it's still difficult for them. I tell my nieces and nephews, a BS degree is equivalent to high school, so long as you're Black. I say you have to go all the way to a doctorate, because you're gonna have somebody who doesn't look like you with a BS degree getting a position as your supervisor. But I want to encourage all women of African descent, adopt one woman, one young woman. When I say adopt, I'm not mean legally adopt or go into school. Mentor somebody, just reach out. I don't care if they don't sound like you, or they don't have your shade of skin color. So long as they're a person of African descent, just grab one, do something for yourself. And those who have broken the glass ceiling or gone over that hurdle and arrived the summit, you have not accomplished anything yet. That's just the beginning. For you to become really successful, truly successful, is how many sisters or women have you brought up to the summit?
Brought along with you, right?
How many? Because let me tell you, if you get up there and you're by yourself, you will still be persecuted. You're still gonna have obstacles because you are by yourself. So, and I want to encourage our sisters, anything a brother can do, you can do. Anything a human being can do, you can do. Because God gave us the same brains. And I don't want to hear about hormones. Men have hormones too, believe it or not. You know, so don't say you are acting out because of hormonal dysfunctions or imbalance. No way. Don't let anybody put you down. Don't let anybody degrade you. Don't let anybody discount you. Don't let anybody define you. You define yourself. You tell them who you are. It's not a particular hair color that makes you look beautiful. Your own hair makes you beautiful. You define your own beauty. You define who you are. And I'm so grateful to God that we sisters don't have to use anti-aging agents, because we don't wrinkle. We do not wrinkle. Look at Shekina, she looks like 25 years old. If you look at her age mates in the other race, they are spending gazillions of dollars on anti-aging. So, hey, I'm telling you, we have a lot going on for us than against us. So be proud of who you are. And I just want to share a couple of things. If a sister asks you what you use on your hair or your skin or where you shop, please don't give them false information. Give them the right information. If you're not going to give them the right information, don't give them false information. Please do not, because you may give them something that has a dangerous chemical in there that would damage their hair or their skin. So don't give false. Look, somebody using the same products as you is not going to take anything away from you.
No,
I don't encourage that. I'm serious. You guys, these things happen, you know, and you cannot. Covetousness is a problem amongst some of our sisters. You don't have to have the same thing that Sister Shekinah has. You do not. Find your own self. Be your own self. You may think that, oh, this hair that she's wearing is the best thing on the world, but you don't know why she's wearing those dreads. You don't know. Maybe she doesn't have. Maybe she doesn't have the time.
My edges, they got to get done over.
That's what I'm saying. Don't go now and dip into your budget trying to get the same hairband that she has.
Oh,
you know. As for me, I just do not have the time. It takes me 60 seconds to get my braids done. 60. I don't have 60 hours to sit down on a chair. I do braids. I used to braid my own hair, but I'm just saying, you don't know why people wear what they wear or do what they do or live where they live. So please just be yourself.
Exactly.
Look in the mirror, you are beautiful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. Nobody is better than you. You're not better than anybody. Carry yourself with pride. Carry your head up high and don't let anybody talk you down. Don't even entertain it. Don't listen to it. Don't even let them land. If anybody's trying to call you names, cut them off. Don't let it land, because once it lands, it will take you years to get it out of your system. Sometimes you may never get it out of your system. So anyway, I think I find myself trying to get on a particular freeway, which I don't need to get on right now.
Yeah, you on a whole nother freeway.
Let's hand over to Sister Toby, because I find myself trying to get on a lane that I should not be getting on.
Yes. Come back to building where we're talking about breaking glass ceilings.
Exactly.
Makeup and all that stuff.
I think Sister Deborah wanted to say something.
Yes.
At 66, I've learned a lot. And a lot of what you guys have said, 66.
60 what? Are you serious? That's what we're talking about.
I'll be 67 in July.
Oh my God.
What I want to say is that for a long time, I looked down on myself and had low self-esteem. And the Lord finally taught me to look at myself differently. And he delivered me from a lot of the stuff that I had gone through that caused me to have the low self-esteem. And I tried to let other people know that you can be you. Like for a long time, I dyed my hair because I thought it looked younger, but the Lord had me get to a place where this is fine, y'all. I love my gray. I'm thankful for being able to get to have the gray. I had a problem with my weight, and I got to the place where, all right, I'm not as thin as I would like to be, but I'm okay with my weight. I'm not trying to get skinny because of somebody else. I'm trying to get healthy. So we have to learn to do what's right for us. That's going to make us healthier mentally, physically, and emotionally. And a lot of us, we latch on to people because they give us that fix. But that fix isn't going to last if they're not going to stay around. So you have to be able to fix yourself.
Yes.
Awesome.
And that is there is breaking glass ceilings as well. Being able to take control of your own health, being able to take control of your own mind, your own body, and those things, and not conform to what everyone else is doing. Those things are breaking glass ceilings as well. Pastor Toby, so good to see you.
She's muted.
Unmute yourself, please.
Unmuting, yes.
Thank you.
Welcome, join the conversation.
Thank you. I feel so privileged to be here. All this wealth of knowledge in the room is, it's feeding my soul, truly.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Thank you for inviting me. As I listen, I think of my story, and one of the things that God convinced me of was that I am enough.
Touchdown. Touchdown.
He he uses me to minister to young women who look at my life now, look at the cleaned up act, look at what God has done over the years, and they think I don't understand until I sit them down and I say, you are looking at a woman who delivered her first child at 14 years old, who went to 9th grade, ostracized by her classmates, graduated high school, and accomplished things in life. So I'm saying to you, if I can do this, you can do it. And if you don't think you can, take my hand. We'll walk together.
Yes.
Step by step. We will do this. And you will see that you have purpose. Because there's
Amen.
many young women that
Amen.
are looking for themselves.
Yes.
Mhm.
Find who they are. And one mistake, I hear the ages in the room, and next Saturday I'll be 67.
What?
And I say,
What?
yeah.
She lying, guys. She lying. You're not even right to be lying on you like
You
that.
know what? I don't believe. Just a minute. I gotta do something here.
We're going to do a show on skin and age later, okay?
No, you start asking people for their IDs because people be up here making up stuff. She's lying. That's
No, I need her. I need her. I'm gonna spotlight her. I need you to. I need to spotlight you.
Yes, sir.
Because you do not look 67 at all. Where is she?
That's insane. She's making
There
up.
she is.
I don't believe it.
Not at all. Not at all.
She looks
Oh
beautiful.
my God. You do not look 67.
Not at
Yeah.
all. Not
I'm
even
gonna-
close.
We may need to see your birth certificate, but we trust you and we believe you.
I don't know. I don't know if I trust it. I want to see IDs.
No, let me tell you the truth. The truth is that sisters don't increase their age.
You do not correct.
Sisters do not increase their ages. So if she's saying that she's 67, then she is 67. If she was saying that she was 15 or 16, then we could say maybe she's reducing her age. Historically, women don't increase their age. But my dear sister, you look fantabulous. You look awesome.
Yes.
You look amazing at 67.
It's very
God,
beautiful.
Lori, I want to finish this one piece of my story, in that I have nieces, I have granddaughters who have walked the same path that I walked. And I found it so important that at this stage in life, we owe it to them to be as transparent about our lives.
Yes.
Because they look at where God has brought us to, and we have to share with them the journey, like where we started out, the mistakes that we made, to let them know that you can move past your mistakes and go forward to a better life.
Exactly.
And they isolate themselves from people in our age group because they think we don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I grew up old school. I was raised old school, but times have changed where there has to be some adjustments made in our conversation and interaction with younger people to let them know that I don't have to be where you are, but I can meet you where you are. I can meet you there, and I can build a trust because I listen. And there's two components here. When we talk to the young people, sometimes we hear them, but we don't listen to what they're saying. So when you're hearing them, it's like you have to hear the unspoken to be able to minister to their need. So me, when I'm talking to them, in my mind, I ask the Holy Spirit, show me what they need from me. in this conversation so
Right.
that they know that I'm hearing what they're saying, I'm listening, and I can respond in such a way that when we leave each other, they have something they can hold on to move forward. So
Yes.
I'm going to stop there because I could go on because that's
just a quick comment. We have 10 minutes at the top of the hour. What Sister Toby is saying is so important. She touched on a medical concept, which is also in business, called the pertinent negatives, where you go to the doctor and they are trying to rule out the things that are not, So when we are speaking to our children, let's try to find out the things that they are not saying. It's very, very important, because what they are not saying may be more important and more vital than what they are saying. Our women are growing up in a very delicate and dangerous times.
Yes.
Very, very, and this industry 4.0 we live in right now is more complicated than the era we grew up in. So we have to encourage them. It's very, very important that we encourage them. But I want to pose a question to the sisters on the panel, and you can go in any order. I'm not sure who Samsung Galaxy is. We would like to hear from them and Miracle, but there are women that don't feel comfortable around women, and it's because either of jealousy, envy, or backbiting, gossiping, and all that kind of stuff. I'm actually going to pose two things. So what do you say to those women? I'm not going to tell you where I stand. I don't want to share my own personal stand on these two things. Also, there are men who, because of fragile egos or intimidation, try to hinder women, put obstacles, which is basically what the glass ceiling is, for especially in certain industry sectors, like engineering, the sciences, to keep women away from getting to the top of those industry sectors. So what are your advice to women in those two situations? One, women who don't feel comfortable hanging around other women, either because of bad experience in the past, or they feel like women gossip, or the backbite, or all that stuff, or women that find themselves in an industry sector where the men keep placing all these obstacles. Please, you can go in any order.
Okay. Before anyone answers, we only have 7 minutes.
Yeah.
So I want you to keep your comments as brief as possible. Let's try and get it in 30, so that everyone will have a chance to speak before we get to the top of the hour. And if you don't, we will be coming back after the top of the hour. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Carol. She's our guest speaker today. I'm gonna pick her to start, and then the women can follow in after that.
Okay, so from the old school lady that's 71 years old, right?
Y'all heard what she
this
said.
is my motto.
Old school lady who is 71 is what she said.
We didn't hear the 71. She doesn't look 71 at all.
Yes.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
what I have learned is I will try to reach you. I will try to talk to you. I give everybody 3 times. After the 3 times, I move on. What I don't allow, what I don't ever allow, I don't care who you are, is disrespect and try to belittle me. I will not allow that at no agenda. And I let that be known. And that goes for the men and for the women. People do backbiting, and this is where I'm at. I will let you have a pity party. I will let you be negative. But after that, you have to give me the positive. And if you can't give me a positive, then we need to move on. I can't deal with the negative, because negativity brings me down. It takes away all my energy. Okay? So I need you to be positive. That's what I need. But I will allow you to have a pity party. And that's only for a minute. Like you said, I don't want you to do it like me, but I want you to do it. I want you to do it. So I want you to speak up and be heard. But you don't have to do it like I do it. So that's me. I hope I answered your question.
Yes. Who's next?
Thank you, Carol.
Next.
Well, but Arona has not spoken, so he's coming. He's a brother. He can tell us from a brother's standpoint. You know, oh, I love this person's picture, Queen Pax.
Yes.
Is that your relatives, Ambassador Lisa?
That's my sister-in-law, my only sister-in-law.
Okay, but Arona.
Well, I had the experience that I too like to be in a positive atmosphere. And what I do is try to teach by example, by present myself in a positive manner and prompting people to get into that positive manner. But if I encounter difficult people, I tend to shy away from them and distance myself with them. Feed them with a long-handled spoon, but do not encourage them to either attack my character or disrespect other people around me. But other than that, I also want to compliment Reverend Payne for having this platform for the women for this month, because I feel honored to be around so many strong Black women.
Let me correct you. Ambassador Lisa is the producer of this show, not Reverend Pam.
Yeah.
I ain't taking credit. I am not gonna take credit for her work. That's my sister. Let's
okay.
Ambassador Lisa.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We had not heard Aura King. I know you're there listening and hiding. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to come on in here and join this conversation. Top of the hour.
We're listening.
Aura, she's unmuted.
Okay. Please unmute and join the conversation.
What about Miracle?
We'll get to her. Something happens. Something has happened to her. Miracle's iPhone. If you could either rename yourself or open up and chime in. We're talking about women breaking glass ceilings. How do we encourage our sisters? How do we bring those other girls up?
Well, Ambassador Lisa, maybe they can come in after the top of the hour, but I just want to throw this out there. If you are a woman and you are in an industry that is basically void of females, don't discourage others from getting into that field. Don't tell them, oh, it's impossible, it's too difficult, it's too expensive. Don't discourage them. If you don't want to encourage them, please don't discourage them. But I will assure you that your life will be much better if you encourage them. Because you're going to find yourself, you know, among people that look like you. There's no way a man can understand what labor pains feel like. I don't care if they are a gynecologist or an obstetrician. They can, where's Dr. Ogoji? Dr. Ogoji delivers babies, 100 babies a day, but there's no way he can
have a clue.
He can, no, I'm just joking, Sister Shekina. She doesn't deliver 100 babies a day. I just mean he delivers a lot of babies.
He delivers a lot of babies.
But I'm just saying that so other women will be able to understand you, understand where you're coming from, understanding your challenges as a female growing up, no matter what part of the world you are, than men. So it's in your best interest to bring other women when you break that glass ceiling. I'm just saying there are a lot more advantages than disadvantages. They will not take your limelight. They will not share in your glory. Instead, it will actually build up your portfolio. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't tell them, if you start a business, don't act like you did what Napoleon left undone. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It doesn't mean that that scripture applies to every woman, not just
everything and everybody. That's
right.
Know,
so don't try to discourage them. Anyway, we are coming at the top of the hour.
We are at the top of the hour. I thought you was going to just keep talking until 5 o'clock. We'll be.
Let me just make Ambassador
get you a sip of water if you need. Grab a sip of water. Don't go too far because we want you to hear our anthem. This is ours. I'm not going to take Reverend Pam shine. I'm just going to be quiet.
No, and this anthem was written by a sister, by a woman. I just want to say that. And we have full rights to this anthem.
And that woman is none other than our very own CEO, Reverend Pam. Anthem.
Africa. Oh, Africans, Africans for Africa. 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 Africans, Africans for Africa.
Oh God, please forgive me. I think my hand touched the phone.
Africans have many bright ideas. If only you let us share. If you really want to know my history, please come, sit down, listen to my story. God gave us a wisdom. He guides our footsteps, makes us shine and transform. Hey, as one people with so many cultures, yet indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us all unite behind Africaonline Media Corporation. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. It's time to come together, promote awareness, progress, and solution. Hey. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. Africans, Africans for Africa. All Africans can rally for a common cause, to believe without judgment in what our brother does, to identify and resolve our challenges, to allow each other's ideas without regard to standards. As one people with so many cultures, yes indeed we are one. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Let us solve all the problems plaguing our continent. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Let us empower Africans in and out of Africa. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Africaonline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. They have all the resources we need to benefit our society. Oh. Education for everyone. If we believe prosperity for Africans. If we believe medical facilitation for Africans. If we believe stand up, Africa, yes, for Africa. Africaonline Media Corporation, that's a good way to start. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization, the motherland. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. We were enslaved not because we were weak, but because of our hospitality. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. Jump on the Africaonline miracle jet. Don't be left behind. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. Together we shall succeed. Together we will win. Stand up, Africans, let's save Africa. We are writing our own story, the truth, and we shall tell it to the world. Stand up, Africans, for Africa. No more lies. Africans own Africa.
No more lies. Africans own Africa. That is Ambassador Lisa's favorite song in the whole wide world. You know, and before I announce the next topic, I just thought about something that just happened here. If you are a sister out there, don't take credit for another sister's work. You know, I remember this. I know some of you have seen the movie Working Girl, where you need to ask yourself, are you going to be a Sigourney Weaver or a Melanie Griffith? Where Sigourney Weaver literally took credit for Melanie Griffith's work. I'm not asking you to go watch the movie, but I'm just saying, especially if you're a woman who's an executive and you have either your executive assistant give you an idea, please don't pass it like yours. Don't take somebody's idea and put it in your book and claim credit for it. Give them credit. Don't, if somebody gives you something or a recipe or a formula, give them the credit. It doesn't take anything away from you. Instead, by not doing that, the truth always comes out. So I just wanted to make that comment. You know, during this show, something happened and I thought about this. So I texted the anchors. I don't know if they saw my text or not, but we're changing. This announcement may come as the news to you guys, but I sent you guys a text about 30 minutes ago. I didn't get a response. So we are going to be talking about a woman's place next week, not what we had planned to talk about, because a woman's place will be a good sequel to this show. So when I was in secondary school, we did a debate that said a woman's place is in the kitchen. You and I know that that's no longer true.
Right.
There was actually a president who said publicly that his wife's place was in the bedroom, and he got a lot of flack for that. So we're going to be talking about a woman's place next week. So I am going to hand over to Ambassador Lisa. After Ambassador Lisa, Nia Song will speak to our French women and men around the globe, especially on the continent. So Ambassador Lisa, take it away, my beautiful sister.
Thank you so much, Reverend Pam. Africaonline Media Corporation has an ongoing fundraiser. It is called Operation Borehole 55. It is our desire to see a borehole placed, at least one borehole placed in every country on the continent of Africa. There are so many of our government-approved medical facilities in Africa that have no running water. We're not talking about something that we have heard. We're talking about what we know from our own experiences. We know for a fact that parents send their children, 5, 6, 7-year-olds out walking 5 miles to the river just to get a bucket of water, to walk that 5, 6, 7 miles back home, just so that family will have water for breakfast, lunch, dinner, washing dishes, washing clothes, and washing up. And there are so many things that are happening to our children as they're going to that river. But can you imagine, all of us women have had a baby. You know how you would react if you walked into that clinic or that hospital and delivery room and that room was not clean, there was trash on the floor. Well, imagine having to give birth on the same table after one another and no one has cleaned it, washed it, and there was no water. And if you don't have family members who will come and bring a bucket of water for your use, there will be no water for yourself. So it is our desire to see boreholes put in our medical facilities, and we're making sure that they also have access, that the community and the villages have access as well. Our first borehole is complete. It was in Sierra Leone. It is completed. It is built, and it is going to have a tap that will, the community from outside will be able to come to the tap and get fresh running water. Our next country is Kenya, and we still have 52, 53 more countries to go. We would love for you to donate. You can make it one time, it can be monthly, it can be quarterly, it can be $5, it can be 500. It does not matter, the dollar, the rand, the shilling, the pound, or the naira. All of it goes towards the borehole project. There's no administrative fees taken out of any of the money that is donated. And the people of Africa, our children, our mothers, our daughters would be so, and our brothers as well, would be so happy to be able to clean running water. We're talking about to drink, to wash, to bathe, especially when you have to go to the clinic and have any type of medical procedure done in the village. Just imagine having to get on that table and it has not been wiped down, cleaned or anything, and your baby is coming and you have no other choice. We want to be able to make sure that our women have an opportunity to have clean, healthy deliveries. So you can visit us on our website at www.africaonlinetv.org to donate towards the borehole project. And we'd be so happy and so appreciative. Thank you so much. Nia-san.
Merci, madame. Bonjour une fois de plus. Notre mot de passe, c'est l'eau, c'est la vie. Africaonline Media Corporation est en train de construire des adductions d'eau en Afrique pour fournir de l'eau potable aux centres de santé et aux communautés voisines pour que les habitants puissent avoir de l'eau potable, que les centres de santé ont de l'eau potable pour les naissances, pour le nettoyage, ainsi de suite. Nous vous prions de visiter notre site web africaonlinetv.org pour faire un peu de votre contribution, donner un peu de sous pour nous soutenir à continuer à construire ce point d'eau dans les divers pays africains. Nous avons commencé au Sierra Leone, c'est opérationnel déjà. Le prochain pays, c'est le Kenya. Nous vous souhaitons la chance, nous vous souhaitons le bon cœur pour que vous nous donnions de l'eau, non, de l'argent pour qu'on puisse donner de l'eau à des communautés africaines. Merci beaucoup. www.africaonlinetv.org. Faites votre don, c'est déductible des impôts. Merci beaucoup. Et le prochain sujet pour notre discussion, la semaine prochaine, sera la place de la femme dans la communauté. Thank you very much. And the place of the woman will be our next topic. So, but we're continuing with this conversation. Break the ceiling. What is it?
Breaking glass ceiling.
Yes.
I just want to add, I'm sorry, one thing I forgot in the announcement, that you can go to YouTube and Google, go to YouTube for Africa, go to
Online TV.
go to YouTube for Operation Borehole 55. You will be able to view any of the videos from any of the countries that submitted during our first fundraiser. Different countries, we asked them to submit a reason why they need a borehole, and you will be able to have firsthand knowledge of some of the things. I'm gonna put a couple of the links in the chat box so that you can go see some of the videos of our need for water in Africa. Thank you so much.
Awesome. We lost somebody. It's also available on our Facebook page. So if they go to Operation Borehole, they will see the videos that we played during the event. They won't see all the other ones. The other ones are on YouTube. Wait, what did we lose? Sister Shekina?
We lost, looks like we lost Miracle. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, Sister Shekina is there. Okay. And definitely on the 20th, we're gonna have your information on the hopefully we'll have a flyer, but we'll have it on the announcements. So I don't know, I have a question for Sister Carol. Since we're talking about breaking glass ceilings and saying that when you get there, you should bring other women. How many women have you brought or plan on bringing onto that pension board? Please don't bring Ambassador Lisa. We need her on this show. Don't take Ambassador Lisa away from Africaonline. You can take other women, not her. All right, Sister Carol, you're muted. You're muted. Please unmute yourself, please. Oh, she's still driving.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. So one of the things I did as a trustee on the board was empower minority women in own business to make sure that they were allowed, had a place on the board to invest the monies of our employees. So I'm always looking and always will look for a woman or a young lady to help break that glass ceiling. I always encourage them when they talk to me about what their moves should be. So that's my motive, is to reach one, teach one, and to support one at all times. So I have done it in the past. Women have come looking for opportunities to do business with the pension board, and I have helped them battle that fight, and I will continue to do that.
Awesome. Nia Song.
Yes,
Ambassador Lisa, you are muted. I don't know if you know that or not.
Am I muted?
Ambassador Lisa, you are not. Go ahead, Nia Song.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to bring another question to the table. And this one is, the woman seems to blame herself so much about not being able to hit that ceiling, nor being able to even touch it, nor being able to, what are we saying?
Visualize it. Sometimes they can't even visualize it.
Yeah, that's right. So what can we do? What can we say on this program to those listening to us? If you're a woman who has been so shy to stand up and say something, what should we tell that woman? We might have touched on that already. And what should we tell that woman who sees only obstacles, not building blocks on her path?
Can I say something real quick? Those who
Sure.
attended our Africa's Brain Bank second annual summit and charity ball, our keynote speaker was Dr. Joseph Frazier, and he said the obstacle is the way. So I'm going to follow that.
The way, yes.
The obstacle is the way. So whatever obstacle you see, that's the way. Find a way around it, above it, through it, underneath it. Find a way. And then I will actually tell you to meditate on Philippians 4:13. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Anything that a human being can do, you can do.
You can do.
I mean anything good. I'm not talking about that crazy people that are killing babies and invading people's country. That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
All right, Nelson, you guys go ahead. I don't know.
So Nelson, are you asking what can you as men do, or what we women?
No, you as women, what can you do to help your fellow women to not shy away from things they ought to be doing, to not see the stumbling block, but to see a building block?
But you the husbands need to support us too. You the men and the brothers. Why are you putting it just on the women? Most of the time,
as Reverend Powell,
most of the time you guys are the obstacle. Most of the time you men are the obstacles.
As Reverend Powell always say, Nia Song has been married for ages, and his wife is the driving force of the family. We came to this country, 7 of us. We are now 13 of us. She is the force behind the family,
but you were supportive of her.
ceilings.
Without your support, she would not have gotten anywhere. So all our men support us.
Men, please, I will. Okay, Reverend Pam, I will appeal to the men, starting with Brother Joe, who is here. So please, men, don't shy away. Your wife is not going to become you if she shatters the glass ceiling. She is instead going to bring more glory to your family, and you, the man, is the one who is going to get the greatest praises from other men outside. So don't shy away from encouraging your wife to beat you and to take this, shatter the ceiling and to go above and beyond. Thank you. The women are more productive. The women are more useful when they shatter the glass ceiling than the men are.
Awesome. Now you are talking.
I was keeping that for the last moment.
No, you were not. You were not.
Those are my notes.
Another thing we can tell our women is this. Another thing, and this is going to what both y'all have said. So they say to us, behind every great man, there's a great woman. So I say to my sister, remember that, because we gave birth to those great men. So what makes you think you can't be that great woman? Without you, it would be no them. Okay? Yeah. And then I would say, I love Mary J. Blige's new song, wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and say, good morning, gorgeous.
There you go.
And this keeps saying, good morning, gorgeous.
That's right.
And this keeps saying, I can't do it, I will do it. And that's how we encourage and uplift our women.
All it takes is for the woman and the man to be on the same page and to say, okay, I've got so far, I can't go any further, but you are still strong, you are still fresh, you can do it. Hey, woman, go ahead, take the reins, move on, drive the bus, let me see.
Just to add to what Sister Carol said, when you get up in the morning, you don't need anybody to tell you how gorgeous you are, how beautiful you are. Tell yourself.
Every day.
Define your day. that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, that you're the
Every day,
most
yeah.
beautiful woman on the planet. You are the most powerful woman on the planet. You're the most intelligent woman on the planet. Define your day and just say you will conquer all. Once you start your day on a positive note, self-motivation, no demon from the, as a matter of fact, they will leave you and go to the other person that is having a pity party in the morning. They will not come near you. Satan will hold an emergency meeting and put all his demons on notice and let's say, hey, stay away from Reverend Pam, stay away from Ambassador Lisa, stay away from Sister Deborah, stay away from Sister Toby, stay away from Sister Shekina, stay away from Sister Kara. They are on fire. You cannot touch them. Go to the
That's right.
I am telling you. All right.
Yes.
I would like to add,
Shekina.
I would like, y'all guys made my day. Y'all,
I'm enjoying your participation so much.
Y'all are hilarious. Yeah. Oh man, I would like to add that that also what you guys just said, how our words have power.
Yes.
But I like to tell individuals, especially young women, you know, older or younger than me, who just may be having a difficult time seeing themselves different than what they want to be, or just stuck in this cycle, or just can't get to where they need to be and they can't get to that glass and break it, is that your words have power. If you continue to say, I can't, or you continue to say, well, nothing would change, or this, or whatever negative thoughts you keep rehearsing to yourself and you speak it out, your words create an atmosphere. Yeah. So you have to be very careful that even though your behaviors have not changed, if you can speak those words out into the atmosphere, you'll be surprised how your feelings begin to change and then how the behaviors
exactly.
So when you guys were saying, you know, say those things, get up in the morning and have those self-talks and have those self-affirmations and have those positive things, or have those scriptures that you say to yourself, you will see a difference in your behaviors, your feelings, your mood, because words have a way of shaping our atmosphere. You know, Hashem, he spoke the word into existence. So if we've created in his image, what we speak will manifest. So let's change what we say.
Change what we say.
A different outcome.
Yes.
We have to speak living words and have positive. We have to speak living. We speak living words. We have to speak positive stuff to ourselves and to our bodies and to our minds. Because when we don't, the negative sticks.
Yes.
And let me just quickly add, most of us here, I believe, are mothers or grandmothers or aunties or whatever to children. When you go to those schools, join the PTAs and ask them rather, if you can speak with the children. And when you speak to, especially to the girl children, tell them never to think that mathematics is a no-go area, or that this subject is a no-go area. Tell them you can do it, go for it, you will be able to do it. So speak also those words of encouragement to the girl child, because the girl child sometimes is left behind, not because they cannot do it, but because they lacked that shoulder to stand on.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
We need to hear from Queen Pax.
Yes. Yolanda,
she's muted.
Queen, are you up to talking? There she is.
Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Greetings.
We're talking about breaking glass ceilings and women doing awesome, extraordinary things. Carol Stukes,
I believe women can do it.
Yes, go ahead.
You know, as the word says, train a child in the way that he should go, and when he grow old, he shall not be old. That is not just for the he child, that is also for the she child. And with the word and the encouragement of you all, everything goes for our girl children, and we shall continue to move forward in encouraging them. I have 2 queens in training, and I am often encouraging them to do all that they have in their heart's desire to do. We have one that is, you know, breaking the mold. She's in the beginning of a male-dominated field, and I'm encouraging her to continue to move forward. And the same with my other child. So as we all encourage each other, you know, we can continue to encourage those behind us. And I applaud you all for all that, you know, what you are doing to help spread this word. I'll just be happy to see this on television where even more can see and take part. So
Thank you,
thanks for
yeah.
sharing.
Sister Queen, your sister-in-law, I don't know, maybe I will forward that email to her. There are TV stations that have contacted us. I've just not had the time to speak with them, but maybe Ambassador Lisa will make time to do that. Yes, it's going to be on television very soon.
Awesome.
They
Awesome.
contacted us, we started getting contacts a year and a half ago during the pandemic, even last year, so we are working on it. We just need some more hands.
Oh, okay. Well, it will happen. You guys are already doing the groundwork, and as more get attached, more will attach to them, and it will grow.
And please share the Facebook, like it and share it, because a lot of people now, even on social media, this generation, they don't watch television like we did.
Right.
So
That's
They do not.
true.
we need to push it on social media. That's the thing.
That's absolutely true.
Okay, Anchor, we have 5 minutes.
Yes. So I'm going to, this is not my last thought, but I just want to share, as we were talking about how we're going to bring other girls in to break glass ceiling, something Queen said that triggered my memory. We also have to train our young girls, not just young girls, but our young boys as well. But we got to train our young people to be well-rounded culturally.
Yes.
Those of us who are Christians, we can't just keep our children in church. We have to take them to the ballet. We have to take them to the orchestra. We have to take them to cultural things. Have to take them to the art museum. Teach them to appreciate music. Teach them to appreciate the ballet, so that when they grow up, because I always told my boys, you may grow up and meet a woman who's just like your mom, and I love those things. And I want you to be able to take a girl out and do those things, and not be sitting here talking about, gosh, any time to go. This is so boring, but be able to appreciate those things. So when we have to start young, we have to start them out very young, taking them to those places. Those are things that help break glass ceilings as well. We can't wait till they get in school and try and expect the teacher to do everything, because the teacher can't, and it's not the teacher's job. It's our job at home to make everything in our children that they need. So what they're not getting at school, they're not feeling inadequate, because they know they're going to get it at home. So
we're going to take, Toby,
real quickly, I see Toby's hand.
Let's extend, we're going to extend the show. It's our time. We're going to extend it. So Sister Toby speaks, Sister Carol, but then I'm going to say something before we take the last round. It's our show.
Okay. Toby, over to you.
Thank you. Culturally, just piggybacking off of what my sister Lisa just said, my husband and I have a grandson that we are raising, a great grandson, actually. For a little while, we had dealt with only child syndrome, where because we live kind of in a rural area, we're not the city where he has direct contact with a lot of children, which means his major social interaction is in school or after school activities. And one thing that we saw, first of all, God giving us a second chance to be parents, because, you get to see all the mistakes you made the first time, so you can make corrections, right? So, majority of his peers are doing what we do culturally, especially with our boys, in steering them in the sports arena and not, broadening their horizons. So we have been steering him in different directions, and it's you really have to build their character to be comfortable in doing something different as opposed to the status quo for our culture.
Yes.
So that when they are doing these things, they're doing it with confidence, and they can get the attributes out of it that they need to build them, as Lisa was saying, as a well-rounded man.
And a well-rounded young lady, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Brother Ronald, your last word on the discussion.
My last word is that I want the Black women to remain strong and keep moving on. Power to the Black women.
Awesome.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Brother Ronald.
Madam Chair, see somebody just came in there.
Diane Mills.
Yeah. Please unmute
Diane,
yourself and say a word. before we take the final round of the table?
You are welcome. She just joined. I think she put her
Yeah.
name on the
Yeah, I
Diana.
think, I don't know what all that extra letters is about. I do believe that is my sister from church. I'm not sure.
The
Okay.
Diana Mills.
Yes, that is
Oh, okay,
Diane
there she
Mills.
is. Hello, good afternoon,
Hi,
and
Diane.
welcome to the
Hello, how are you?
discussion.
Hi.
We're talking about breaking glass ceilings. It's Women's History Month, and we're talking about breaking glass ceilings. You have a comment. I know that you're breaking glass ceilings over there. So welcome for joining.
Okay. Ooh, wait a minute.
You're already
Hi.
unmuted.
We're all ears to hear you.
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm having a little difficulty here.
No worries.
We hear you.
I would
We
say
hear you.
you're unmuted. Go ahead. Do you have a comment or a statement or a question about breaking glass ceilings? We're talking about Women's History Month, women breaking glass ceilings. The ordinary woman can do extraordinary.
I just want to say we as women can do anything we set our minds out to do. Long as we're consistent and steadfast and hold on to what our mission is and know that we have to execute and hit the target for that purpose of what we're sent and called to do.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Shakina. We'll come back to you, Shakina.
Your last word. She's
Your
muted.
last word. You're muted.
Okay, I got it. Here we go.
Yes.
I would say my last words in regards to breaking glass ceilings is follow the instructions of the Holy Spirit. Whatever task he give you to do, have the faith to act it out. Take one day at a time. Take no thought for tomorrow. You don't always have to see the big picture. Just take this faith walk and he will get you through where you need to go.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Sister Deborah.
My last words is be consistent in knowing who you are, whose you are, and knowing that you are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go to our main guest of the day, Sister Carol.
I'm going to say, everyone, man or woman, but mostly our women, know your worth and step out on faith with your hand in God's hand.
Oh, something went wrong? You?
No, she's done.
Oh, okay. She
Yes.
finished. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm
Okay.
done. Yeah.
Ambassador Lisa.
Oh, my last word.
Yes.
I had a couple things. Let me just say, as we said when we opened up and when I started talking, it takes a village to raise a child, to make a woman. Make sure it's not a village of idiots. Thank you, Prophetess Ruth. Make sure it's not a village of idiots, and you can connect to someone. You cannot do it by yourself. You can do it, but you cannot do it by yourself. We all stand on the shoulders of someone, and we're looking to have people stand on our shoulders. Reach one, teach one, reach one, each one, teach one, each one, reach one is what I'm always saying. So connect to each other, find that person who has a vision, don't know how to grab hold of that, and begin to mentor and pour into them. That's my last word on the subject.
Thank you, Reverend Palm.
Yes, this is so awesome.
Yes.
I want to encourage everybody here to be back next Sunday. We're going to be talking about a woman's place. This is your show. It's not Ambassador Lisa's show. It's not my show. It's your show. Tell somebody about it. Share this. You don't know how many girls will be transformed just from what you said here today, or how many women. It's never late. And if you're a woman that did not go to school, please, you can start today. You can start tomorrow is Monday. You can go online. There's so many free classes. If you lost your job during the pandemic, don't be stuck on your profession or your career. Change careers. Ask the Lord for the lead, his guidance. Psalm 37 verse 20 says the steps of a good woman, even the same man, that means all of us, is ordered by him and delight in his way. But I also want to encourage those women who have made it. Nobody has arrived yet. We are all work in progress. But be a destiny helper and a destiny facilitator to somebody. It's not enough for you to be the only one driving a fancy car or living in a big home or wearing a red bottom shoes. Not that it matters anyway. That's not the gateway to heaven. But I'm just saying that, don't be the only one. Don't say you are the only woman based in the boardroom or the only Black person. No, don't be. It's not an accolade to be the only one. If you're saying you're the only one, it doesn't look good on you. You should take somebody along, Niason.
Right.
Thank you very much. If you shatter the glass ceiling, you certainly play the role of a model to somebody else. So please play the role of, be a role model to other young girls, to other young people,
Hey,
and
Sharon,
let
just
us
put it in my
together
door. I have
build.
to get back
build,
onto a
build.
call.
What is that?
Never mind, just keep going. Here, somebody was
Okay.
just talking.
All right. Thank you all so much. We're wrapping up for today and hoping that we will all be back next Sunday to continue the conversation.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And bring someone with
place-
you. Same
Yeah.
same coordinates, same time, same coordinates, and it's our show. If we need to extend it by 10 minutes, 15, 20, it's our airtime. Thank you all.
And don't
Thank you.
don't forget on Saturday, please spring forward 1 hour.
Oh,
Spring
wow.
forward
Yeah.
1 hour.
Wow.
It is that time again. So you don't come late for this program. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Are you
Thank
welcome?
you.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
all. Thank you,
Thanks,
Kara.
thanks,
Thank you,
thanks.
Pastor Toby.